Hey Zuha, I think it went really well. They told me as much, at least. Thanks for asking. So I actually made some files here for the sequel. They wanted me to basically list out, we had like a files table. They wanted me to list out all the files that are leaf files, so like, I guess essentially they're files, they're not folders. I wanted a list of all the files. And so, luckily I reviewed the syntax for subqueries, because that is what I ended up using. And then we did some testing queries just to see if I knew that kind of stuff. We asked about Big O in case we didn't use primary keys and whatnot and indexes. They asked as us like a bonus question. We were ahead of time, so they asked us a bonus question: how would you do as a join? I kind of tried to convince them that a join was, although it might be slightly more performant, maybe, I don't know. But if it was, I don't think it's worth writing it because it's such a challenge to read, let alone write. But like, yeah, the operation is faster when you use indexes. We discuss index versus non-indexed and the optimizations. These are kind of like bonus questions. I did start to do Python, but the question was kind of a curveball. They didn't want to know if the string was a palindrome. They wanted to know if the string could be a palindrome. And so they would give you an input. You would determine if it's a palindrome or not. I got the right solution initially, but it wasn't like super optimal. Did they pass your screening? Like what you were looking for? Oh, they passed my screening. Yeah. I was able to ask them a few questions about how they run things, and they were basically saying that, they're more focused on results rather than you have to work these set hours and this set amount of time and these set amount of dates. They just want to see results, and I know that I can deliver on results. There's a few questions about the in-person training, and that could be about 2 weeks, which they would just make sure that I'm able to be a productive part of the team. So yeah, they were able to answer questions. They seemed pretty chill, pretty relaxed, pretty friendly. So it was a good session. Who's that? Got the mailman. Alright. Yeah. I thought it was good. I'm glad that it went well. This is actually... Oh, never mind. We're good. Thought there was actually a bug. But this is where I had like the issue. It wasn't really an issue. I just like thought that this value had to be something else. But at the end of the day, I wrote code that worked. So these were the palindromes that I tried, or the potential palindromes, because the order of these strings didn't matter. What mattered are the contents of the string palindromable? Could you rearrange them into a palindrome? Basically, are they an anagram of a palindrome? And the idea that I was kind of pushing was this idea of duality, and just trying to see if I see a letter, then I unsee it, I see it, unsee it, and just make sure every letter has a matching pair. Keep track of how many letters are unresolved. If too many letters end up being unresolved, then it's impossible to be in palindrome. We could probably add a further optimization. An optimization that kind of like opts out earlier. If we get very far into the string and find out that the count is way too high, maybe if the count is higher than the amount of characters that are left, then likely we could just opt out. But yeah, that was the interview. High level. They did actually ask like some questions about sockets. I think it might be interesting to do something with sockets. I think what I was looking at earlier was for sure. Alright, let me change my channel. Ultimately, I'm glad that I reviewed the SQL, the Python. It wasn't required. I probably should have spent more time on the SQL because I ended up being able to choose TypeScript in the end. So let me do this. Let me go to the README. Go down to chess. Let's say that we're doing PvP. Edit this. Okay. I know that the algebraic notation was an option. Maybe there is something we do first or do earlier. But I think for now I'm going to I'm going to sign up for Pusher. I'm going to do it in a different window though. Let me just CD. And then npm.dev. All right, excellent. All right, let me sign up. My app is chess 50 USCs. Create apps for multiple environments. I don't think it's necessary. Front end is, let's say vanilla.js. The back end is Node.js. Yep. actually wonder if there's an import I can use rather than. So the reason I'm using pusher is because Azure doesn't really support WebSockets at all, and so pusher is to me a good option for adding WebSockets to a framework that wouldn't ordinarily support it otherwise. So let me see if they have a library for the client. Okay, so we're gonna do npmi pusher.js, and then we'll go back to here. We're gonna go to source chess. We're gonna do new file chess socket.ts. Come on. Oh, she was so nervous. You could see my dog Delilah. Okay, so we could try put this, copy, paste, and we'll just do an import, which comes from here, copy, paste, save it. Well, they didn't type it strongly, which is a little annoying. It's fine, we'll survive. So we want to go to variants. Where do we create the AI? Do export default class chess socket. We don't do export default, I guess. Do that. Hey, what you do? Good, you do. Good. What's going on? I took you out. What's up? Okay, I just want to see if it's connecting successfully or not. Hello, Sean Nagpure. How's it going? What are you doing? You're typing all over the keyboard. What's up? You can lay down? You sit? Lay down? What you want? Sorry, my dog is... She just wants attention right now. We're just adding PvP to this chess game. Yeah. There's not much I could do right now. Until she settles. She just won't stop looking at my hand. While we're waiting, we could think what we're going to be doing. To be a few things we want to consider that we can no longer move the pieces whose turn you've let them take over. And so maybe there's some kind of boolean we could change that changes how many players there are on. Because in theory, we could also make it so that the AI can't take their turn if we act quickly enough. It's unlikely we'll ever be faster than the AI endpoint, but anything's possible. Okay, enough. That's enough. What do you want? Bye-bye. Alright, let's just open the debugger, do a refresh. Okay, cool. I wonder if there's a way to get it to call localhost. The secret in plain text, that's sus. Extremely sus. I wish the secret wasn't plain text. That would be nice. Okay, so there's also pusher, which we need to install. That's for the server. So I'll create a new file, pusher.js. And we're gonna learn how to use this library. App ID, I think that's, we're gonna say that it's process.env.pusher app ID. Let's say key is process.env.pusher app secret. Excuse me. Oh, there's a key too. Cluster. Pusher cluster. Use TLS true. And I think what we'll do is export const git. And in here we'll do return new response. And then we need to make this a server. So we need to do Astro server for sale. Okay, so we'll do this. Yes. Yes. Okay, that's one aspect. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Neither that. None of that. Let's see. I thought there was something where you say that it's server side. I would have thought that that was somewhere in here. Oh, output. That's probably what it is. So that every time we call this, it'll get reevaluated. That would be very important. And so what we would want to try to do is add these environment variables now. So let's think about how I would want to do that. I don't know if I want to use Doppler for that again. Let's use Doppler again. We'll go back to here. Why'd I call it JS? Am I crazy? And it just doesn't know. Oh, okay, it does know. Interesting. Okay, so we want app ID 2, 3, 4. We want app key. We want pusher app secret. We want pusher cluster. Excellent. We want to collect that information from pusher. Just give me a moment. This is the app ID. This is the key. The secret. The cluster. So save it, apply it to all of them. Cool. And now we need to do Doppler excuse me. Doppler setup, I guess. Login, I suppose. Scope login the current directory. Yep. Okay, we'll do Doppler setup now. S50 dev. Cool. And so now we can do Doppler run dash dash npm.dev. Well, we can just put this into there, package JSON. So dev is this. So hopefully we can do npm.dev now. It's with an L. Cool. Go to manage tokens. Actually, I go to Doppler UI here. Okay, let's see. Do I get message? We'll go to localhost. Is this one of the values I have? Let me take a look at the socket. Let me look at this number. Okay, that looks like my app key. This is process.end.pusher app key. Alright, so we need to do Astro use process use environments variables on file. So what I'll do is import.meta.env. We'll just try that. Okay, well, that's not working. want to have to do so much extra work. It's kind of crazy. Hey, what are you crazy? Just sleepy girl. Is Pusher similar to Socket.io? Yes, it is. Potato, potato, W. It's very similar. So Socket.io is an open source socket library, while Pusher is more of a proprietary. You have to. There's free version, but you have to pay for it, and it's I would say would be recommended for like serverless infrastructures, so that you don't have to manage a server that has socket connections and has a limited number of socket connections. Pusher does it all for you. And I'm not too familiar with Pusher, but I'm going to learn a little bit about it. Just to get things rolling, I'm just gonna forget about security for a little bit. I mean, hopefully it's okay to, I mean, this is on the client, so I think it's fine to put it here. And so while I'm here, what I want to do is go to localhost / Pusher. Refresh this. Okay, well, interestingly enough, we are causing some kind of an exception to happen. No callbacks on my channel? Isn't that, what did I call it? My channel, my event. My channel, my event. Right. So try to understand why we're getting an error here. Callbacks on my channel. I don't even understand what that means. Let's look at the network and see if a socket connection is being created. Okay, so here's the socket connection. The subscription succeeded. And so what I want to do is just refresh this again. Let's see if we get this new event. We don't. So we get an unhandled rejection error. Something's wrong with Pusher, it seems. I'm having a little trouble understanding why it's happening at this level. I thought it would have happened here. Let me look at the network and see if Is this still connected? Let me change this. This should be import.meta.emp. This is interesting. I don't know why anyone. I'm confused why someone would write the code like this. I should have detected an unhandled rejection. So let's see if we can follow it at all. Pusher request, which is pusher. This is node. Plug in Astro server. Node events. Node. Internal. Promises. Task queue. I'm curious. I'm having a little trouble understanding why it's erroring. I guess we can search the error. It's the only idea I have. I think pushers more important. Okay, has potential, I suppose. Didn't really help. Hallucination right here. Here's someone who's never gotten an answer, so maybe Busher's not even that good. I'm basically just using the code from the documentation. I haven't diverged that much from it. subscribe to events, publish events, keep learning. Maybe it has something to do with the TLS, potentially. My event, my channel, my channel, my event. Let me just verify everything, I guess. Actually, fortunately, I have to go offline. It's 5 o'clock. I won't be able to figure this out today. I'll have more time tomorrow though. I do have another technical interview, but I mean with the studying I did for this one, hopefully it translates well. So I'll be able to spend more time on this good stuff. Yeah. Sorry for the short stream today. I'll make it up to you tomorrow. But yeah. For now, thanks for joining. I'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Bye for now.